Welcome back to LangWatch Optimization Studio tutorial series. This time we're going to talk about optimization. Yay! For better demonstrating the optimization, we're back to our classification example. Just as a quick refresher, we have an LLM call here, taking the purchase and the amount in consideration and trying to predict the category. And then we have a data set here full of transactions. Finally, we have our exact match evaluator here. So we're checking if the category produced by the LLM is exactly the same as the category coming from the data set. And as you may recall, we ran an evaluation as well on the test set and we got only 10% accuracy there. Let's try to improve this 10%. Now that you defined your structure, even if you didn't define any prompts, you can already click the optimize button to find some prompts and good demonstrations for you. So here on the optimizer, you can choose which DSPy optimizer that you want to use. For example, you can use MyProV2 to improve your prompts only, or the same MyProV2 to also improve your few shot demonstrations, or even go with demonstrations only. Since this is a classification task, demonstrations or few shot examples are shown to be great to improve performance. So let's go with prompt plus demonstration. And then here we have some settings, for example, how many prompts that you want to generate, how many demos that you want to be bootstrapped. That means the LLM generates some examples for itself, or pick up some from the data set. And finally, the teacher LLM that is going to do that. This allows you to have a smarter LLM teaching a cheaper one. So for example, we could have O1 teaching GPT-4 O Mini. So then we spend some money during optimization, but we save a whole lot during inference. But let's just go with Mini to run a bit faster. I can click here and run optimization. Then this window is going to pop up, and your optimization is going to start. The first time might take a while because it's looking at your prompt, it's looking at the data, it's doing a whole lot, but you can also see what's going on behind the hood by clicking on the view logs. You see that it bootstraps some examples and now it's proposing instruction candidates. And I'm going to speed up this a little bit for you. Okay, so our first results are coming in. You see that it started with 10% score. This is exactly the same we got on our manual evaluation. But then quickly it went up all the way to 60% just by adding instructions and some demonstrations to it. And then the best it could find so far was 65. And then it's going to keep running for a few more steps to try and find better prompts. But you can also stop earlier by clicking here. Oh, it seems like it actually could find an even better score. So it went all the way up to 70. Great. So now I can just click this button, apply optimization, and then boom, very easily we have our new instructions here and our new demonstrations here. Now, if I run this on an example data, you will see that the output is now just shopping. We no longer have the online shopping or having problems with the text being too long, because now we have a good prompt and we're giving the LLM lots of demonstrations to work with. Cool. If we want to double check if that also performs well on our test data, then we can hit evaluate button again, and then we can say that this is the optimized version and I want to run on the test entries, those 20 entries that we saved aside. Let's see what's the performance on it, and it's 75%. That's great in comparison with the previous result where we only got 10%. You can easily see the history of things changing over here, and if you ever need to come back to a previous version, let's say that previous version is actually better, you can click here and go back really easily. So let's come back to our optimization here. I want to show you a few things. On the first tab, you can see the predictors that were updated. If you click on the different steps, you will see that the instructions, the optimizer was trying. Let me make this a bit bigger. So you see that it tried this with different instructions, and if you go this step from this step, it's the same instructions. So what changed here was actually the demonstrations. If you expand this here, you see that it was trying with a gas company, movie theater, and then here it was gas company and power company. So just by giving it different examples, the performance can change drastically. And then what the optimizer does is trying all this combination of prompts and examples until you find the one that gives the best results. When you click here on evaluations, you can see all those exact match evaluators that happen. This is what was expected, home improvement, and the LLM generate home improvement. That's great, but for example, this one, it was expected haircut, and the classifier node generate personal care, so that's wrong. And you can also inspect your LLM calls here if needed so, which then account for the total cost of the steps and token, and you can see your final cost of this optimization went here. This optimization was done with GPT-4 O Mini, so that was super cheap, and that's how I recommend going about it. Start with few examples, start with a lighter LLM, and then when you see that things are working, then you can go full power and put hundreds more examples, and then perhaps using a way more powerful LLM to see if that bring you to that last percentage increase. Okay, but now we got 70-75%. Can we go even higher? Well, there is a very easy way to find out. Let's make changes. For example, what if we used Claude 3.5 instead of GPT-4o Mini? Would that be better? Well, let's just test it. I can switch my LLM over here, and let's go with Claude, the latest Claude, the smartest one, and see if that actually improves our score. It's very easy to just change and run another evaluation. Okay, so this got us to a whooping 85% score. And I want to show you a sneak peek real quick of another feature, which is prompting techniques. So what if we were to add a reasoning step for the LLM to think it through before deciding on a category? Would that help improving results? Well, we can try that super quickly by simply drag and drop chain of thought prompting technique on top of our LLM node. And now when we execute it, let me show you, we not only get a category, but a rationale before outputting the category as well. We can see right away if that improves results too. Let's run it. Okay, 90% accuracy, that's impressive. I was honestly not expecting that as I was making this video. And this is not even re-optimized yet. So now let's try, now that we're using Claude and then we're using Chain of Thought, let's try to optimize it to see if we can get this even higher. I'm going to use also Claude as a teacher LLM. Let me see, is this the latest one? Yes, it is. Let's run it. Okay, so it seems like this time the optimizer couldn't find a higher score than what we already have. It's okay, we had something pretty excellent already. You can see that it started with our current pipeline, and then it kept trying to find something better. It could eventually match the performance over here, but not pass it. So we're going to keep the pipeline that we have. You could try some other combinations to get this score even higher. Maybe try a one model as a teacher. I don't know, although this one already cost me €3.67 to run this optimization. However, you need to remember that we're only really running here on 20 examples, so 90% is actually like 2 missing. Ideally, we want to increase this number so we have more confidence in this performance. And a few things I want to call attention here. It's good to keep track of your costs. So this one cost me $3 to run. That's way more expensive because I'm no longer using GPT-4 Mini. I'm using Claude 3.5. And then on evaluations, you can see that the cost at runtime is also higher. Like the mean cost per call is this one. And with while with the GPT-4o Mini, it's way cheaper. And of course, you have a lower quality, but then that's the whole point of it. You get to make the decision yourself, what makes more sense for your product. And there's a whole bunch more things that we can try. You can try adding another LLM here and then telling a background story like I did before and see if that improves quality or if decreases it. Try to optimize all that. The point is that by having a way to measure quality and having a way to automatically try to find those different combinations to improve the score, you can see what it is that really helps on your pipeline. You can switch models easily and optimize that too. What if the new model by Google would bring better quality? What if we move to open source? With Llama 3, can we try to match the performance? Maybe you can switch to Llama 3 and then optimize the hell out of that prompt and try to match Claude 3.5 performance, hopefully. But that's it. We're closing here the first part of the LangWatch Optimization Studio. I hope you have lots of fun with it, like I did. And please help us with a star on GitHub and join the Discord community to keep the conversation going. See ya!